The opposition leader, Mark Golding, quick to pounce politically and to exploit the difficulty, is criticizing the Prime Minister's decision to relax the restrictions earlier this month. According to Mr. Golding, had the Prime Minister listened to earlier advice, the government would not have had to backtrack on the reopening.
Prime Minister decided to open up while the rest of the world was already reeling from another wave of the pandemic due to the highly infectious Delta variant, which we can be sure will be on our shores soon. We warned him then that this was very risky, given the openness of our borders and the very low level of vaccine penetration achieved to date in our country. We are now seeing signs of another spike as positivity rates of COVID are trending up and the number of hospitalizations and critically ill patients are again rising. The government is once again backtracking on its earlier position. The health sector is also in crisis. Jamaica's COVID vaccination performance is appallingly bad, worse than every other country in the Western Hemisphere other than our neighbor Haiti, and we know the crisis that they are confronting.
Mark Golding, yes. Time for the break.
My hands were steady.
You know, when you are in government, there's a huge difference to when you are in opposition. Because when you're in opposition, you have the luxury, of not having to make the decisions under pressure. And you can take certain liberties. Just like people like me who sit around a microphone, yes, and we can chat, but we don't have to balance the things and make the decisions. So I come here every morning, wake up about 4:30, 5 o'clock, go through my papers, do my readings. Yes, I don't have everything that the government has in front of them. Yes, I don't have that. And I don't have to make the decisions about people's lives. Similar for the opposition. So you heard before the break, the opposition leader taking the Prime Minister to task, saying that if he had taken the earlier advice, yes, he would not have had to backtrack on the measures he announced just over a month ago. Yeah? This is the same opposition leader, Mark Golding, who said this on June 22 in the Parliament, commending the government for relaxing significantly the measures. Listen to what he said on the 22nd of June in the Parliament.
Prime Minister, thank you for your presentation. I think that many people will be relieved to see and hear some easing of some of the restrictions under which all of us have been living for a very long time now. The adjustment of the curfew hours, I think it's effective July 1. I know many people will feel that is overdue, but it's very welcome. I want to say how much I appreciate the gestures that are being made towards the entertainment sector, which has been really very, very hard hit by this pandemic. Many of them, the practitioners, the people who depend on entertainment, and you've alluded to some of the different industries and subsectors that depend on it, from the fashion industry right round to security and so many other things, food and beverage. The idea of giving them a break with the 50% discount on some of the statutory fees that are payable in applying for events. Mr. McKenzie, I think you would have a role in that, and I think that's a very good thing. And of course, a waiver of the fees on certain rental of certain large facilities will also be be very welcome.
Well, there you have it. I don't need to add anything to that. It makes a point. When you're in opposition, you can flip-flop. Yes? Because you don't have the job to make the decisions that are going to impact lives. Yeah? And the tape is usually there to show how you flip-flop. Yeah? So we must always bear that in mind. When you are in government, yeah, it's not as easy as it is in opposition. So poor Mr. Golding, under pressure in his own party, yeah, to make some headway, thought it would be prudent to, seize the moment that Holness finds himself in. But then there you have it.